Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'll show you how to make some super simple watercolor Christmas cards, plus some ideas on how to use these painting ideas to create lots of variations. And the best part, these are absolutely suitable for beginners, so no drawing or painting skills needed. The first card is going to be a pretty watercolor Christmas ornament. Take a round object and lightly draw a circle in one of the sections on the right. After that, add the typical ornament cap. Just draw some rectangle with a circle on top as well as a straight line on top. Make sure that your lines are rather light, otherwise you will see them later through the watercolors. Now grab your brush and watercolors and start by wetting the circle with clean water. Make sure that you don't use more water than your paper can handle, so thicker paper is better for this technique. Next, take any colors you like and start adding color to the wet area. They will spread and create super pretty gradients. Make sure that you avoid using complementary colors together because they will create some muddy color as soon as they mix. Complementary colors are those opposite on the color wheel, so for example green and red. Instead, I would recommend using colors that are next to each other, like blue and purple, yellow and orange. You get the idea. Wait for the colors to dry and then color the cap. When the cap has dried, trace the line above with your fine liner. Let's talk about variations. With this basic technique, you can create lots of different cards. You only need to think of some things to vary. By the way, this applies to all painting ideas I'll show you in this video. For example, you can change the format of the card from vertical to horizontal and paint more ornaments in different sizes and change colors. Here I have used only one color for each ornament, plus some iridescent medium. The next idea is basically a variation of the first one. So the beginning is just like the first idea. Draw an ornament, but instead of leaving it empty in the middle, fill it with different words that relate to the holidays. Next, paint your ornament in any color you want. You could also use more than one color and create a gradient like before. However, you should keep the colors rather light because in the next step we'll go over these words with black fine liners and they should be easy to read, which is pretty difficult if you use, for example, a dark purple. When tracing the words with fine liners, try to vary the size, thickness and maybe even the font of the letters so that you can clearly distinguish the individual words. If you have, you could for example use different sized fine liners, but if you only have one, just fake different sizes by going over the letters once again and make them thicker. Here are some ideas on variations. For the next idea, we're going to be a little more crafty. Tape off the edge with the washi tape so you get a clean edge. Wet your card about 2/3 with water and create a gradient with any colors of your choice. This is going to be the sky. Put the card aside and let it dry. Now take another piece of paper and make sure that it's as wide as the card because later we will glue it onto the card, or at least a part of it. Take your pencil and draw a landscape scene. And yes, in the beginning I said you don't need any drawing or painting skills for this tutorial, and this still applies. You can just draw some rectangles as houses or simple triangles for trees, and you can even use a ruler to get straight lines. Or if you're feeling confident, you can of course freehand everything. Obviously, you can just draw whatever you want, like skyscrapers or mountains. Whatever you like, just keep in mind that it shouldn't be too detailed because we want to cut it out. Take an X-Acto knife and cut out your landscape. If you manage to cut it without tearing the leftover piece, you could use the one for another card. Take the bottom piece with a landscape and glue it onto your card, which should be dry by now. If not, wait for it to dry before applying the landscape. If you like, you can add something like Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays somewhere, or just leave it as it is. The next card is a little variation on what we just did, but this time we don't need another piece of paper, and we will do it upside down. Here I drew some trees, but you could of course draw something else and then cut it out. So if you fold the card, you can see now a part of the inside which we want to color. Just make a mark where your highest tree ends and place washi tape at that height. Now color the part in the bottom in any colors you like. I wet the paper and just applied all shades of green that I liked to create a gradient. Now let it dry and then remove the washi tape. If you like, you can of course add something like Merry Christmas. Here are some more ideas on variations. The last idea is by far the simplest one. Draw some triangles that look like the shapes of trees and then take your watercolors. Dip your brush in paint and fill the inside of the triangles with lines. On top you can add a little star or something, and that's it. Again, here are some ideas on variations. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a wonderful Christmas time and see you in the next video. Bye!